Let's see how we're looking. Alright. We look like we're looking pretty good to me. Cool, cool, cool. What do we got today? We got Bangarang and the Gutterlands. So, what the hell is this? This is the game from Tonk's creator, Apocrypha Now, in conjunction with the YouTuber Bill Making Stuff. So Bill Making Stuff makes all these kind of trash bash, kind of crazy kit bash things. Makes these really fancy, flashy, cool kind of I don't know, animated and music and sound effects and stop motion and cool video production kind of things, videos. And he kind of pulled all that together and made a game out of it. So all the stuff that he's been kind of building kind of fits into the same world, and this is kind of the game of his world. So the rules for this are free online. You can go get the PDF. Let me rephrase that. At least they were around Christmas time. I think they still are. I bought a printed copy just to support Bill Making Stuff. Because I like his YouTube channel a lot. So I wanted to support him. So I figured I would pick up a man, I'm really losing words hard today. I figured I'd pick up a printed copy, right? But you can go get the PDF for free. So there's all kinds of really cool kind of stuff here. And you can see it's very, if you've ever seen something like Morkborg or what is it, Cyborg? I think it's something like the sci-fi version of Morkborg. There's really super heavily stylized and inspired kind of rule books and rule sets, that kind of thing. That bot's armless. But the idea for this is that essentially you're going to have a 2x2 area, and you're going to build yourself a bot, and the bot's going to have a bunch of different weapons, and it's going to kind of battle it out. Very kind of similar to Tonks, if you've ever played that or seen that. Kind of similar to that. It is from the Tonks guy, so that kind of makes sense. But it's really cool. And you can see that, man, every time I turn a page, you can, it's I'm just kind of damn, kind of shocked from the the layout, and this is this book is a spectacle in and of itself, and it's really cool. Because if you look at a lot of the texts and stuff, a lot of it's very conducive of your imagination and things like that. Because the overall theme is that it's supposed to be kind of robots that are built as essentially battle bots on this big ass junker planet called the Gutterlands, where they kind of dump all these weapons and horrible things and stuff. So people build things like robots and monsters and stuff out of them, and make them fight kind of for the fun of it. That's a cool layout, the pink and the yellow. But yeah, you can just see the really cool level of effort put into the style of it, right? And a lot of the rules do work do work a lot like Tonks, right? So we've got some facings, we've got a bunch of different stuff for shooting. Oh, that's a cool fucking piece of art. That's really cool. There's a guy that fell down when there's no handrail. These are kind of like all the crits and stuff that can happen. And this is sort of like an overview on the different bot factions. So he has ones that are kind of like regular robots, ones that are sort of like made out of junk. Then there's really fancy robots, and there's ones kind of like made out of meat, essentially. And you can see they're kind of fun, right? So like if you wanted to roll to have like a specific or like a random kind of meat bot, you could do that. It's kind of neat. And then there's a bunch of different weapons you can take. And they're all kind of spelled out, right? So there's a flamethrower, a zapper, a blaster, a explosive gun, a cutter, some kind of like mallet, shields you can have. You can have hands. You can have give them the clamps. And then there's some weapon combos, which is pretty cool. And what happens when you die? And the goal is to just murder the living shit out of each other. So pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. So pretty neat. The big really cool thing for this is probably this chart here on the back. This is the roll to build your bot. So build making stuff usually makes things kind of out of trash and junk and all that kind of stuff. So what you do is you roll to kind of like get an idea or a feeling for your robot. So we're going to do that. I don't know if it's going to super relate to what we're going to try to build today, but we're going to do it for the fun of it. Because I had a D20 somewhere. Literally just had one. There we go. Alright. Alright, so for the head, let's see what we got. These are kind of like, I guess, like flavor words, I guess. They're supposed to give you like inspiration. They don't really have a specific like description. Alright, so I got an 8. So I got mandibles for the head. Alright, for the body, I got a 2, which is missing parts. Okay. And for the arms, we got a 14, which is pistons. Okay. Hands, we're looking at a 16 for calamari. The fuck does that mean? I don't know, but that's fun though. Legs, we got an 11, which is dash, so maybe it has like rockets or something. And for flavor, we got an 18, which is asymmetrical. So yeah, so pretty cool. So I'm not a big scratch bashing guy. I think it's cool to watch other people to do it, but I'm not super into doing it myself. I feel like it's very hard for other people to kind of like follow along when you do a lot of scratch bashing, and I know it's very much about like trying to give people like a feeling or an impression or an idea, right, and then to kind of to like set them free with their imagination, right? But with scratch bashing, the world is too damn open, right? Because the idea of scratch bashing is that essentially you're collecting shapes and putting shapes together, and that's just too fucking much, right? There's too many options there for me. But I love kit bashing stuff, so I was going to start off actually with some Gunpla. And I'm going to show you some Gunpla. This is a 30-minute missions kit. What the hell are 30-minute missions? They're a Bandai kit. Regular, made by Bandai, just like a regular Gundam. They come on sprues, just like regular Gundam. Same kind of plastic, everything. They tend to be a little bit cheaper than regular Gundam. And they don't really relate to a specific anime or anything like that. They're just kind of like cool robots. I love these. I tend to keep like a couple of them just kind of around in my house. Because sometimes if like I can't sleep or whatever and it's like 3 a.m., I'll get up and just build one. Right? And like, I'll be like, okay, now I'm tired. I can go back to bed, right? You know, it takes like 30 minutes, 45 minutes to build one. And I'll be like, okay, now it's time for sleep. And they're really cool. And they're all pretty much swappable and interchangeable and stuff with all their different pieces. Which is really fun. And the really cool thing for these is that these coincide with a kind of, what is the term? There's a term, mecha Musumi, I think is the term. Like a robot girls line that goes along with these called 30-Minute Sisters. Now some of the 30-minute missions kits are also bigger, right? That's a small boy. Some of them are bigger. So she's not like a super mega giant or anything like that. That's just a small boy. But there's a ladies line that goes with it, right? So my plan for kit bashing these was I was going to use 30-minute missions kits for all the regular robot types, and then for the meaty ones I was going to use the 30-minute sisters. They're going to be my meaty ones, which I thought would be kind of cool. So Bangarang in the Gutterlands is like a 28mm game, and every time I've seen Bill make stuff, he's put them on a poker chip, which is about 40mm, right? So this is a 40mm base. So yeah, that's not going to work, right? So this is a 65mm base, or about 63.5, right? I think this is probably a better size base for the Gunpla. We'll get to actually digging through my big box of CAC in a minute, because I love these 30-minute missions kits and the 30-minute sisters kits. I think they're awesome, and just a lot of fun. I mean, this is like a demon witch skeleton dragon lady, and she's armed with a fucking pair of scissors. It's cool as shit. Anyway, this one's a fucking robot scorpion crab. Like, it's so awesome. Anyway, we'll get to this in a minute, but you can see that this base size isn't going to work, right? That base size is going to work pretty good. Now, I don't really want to glue these down to the base. I would like to make a set of universal bases and then be able to pull them on and off the bases. I think that's kind of my goal with these. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to look at an action base and maybe make a hybrid tabletop miniatures base and a hybrid action base. That was kind of my plan for it. So, all right, so let's take a look at that real quick. Now, these 30-minute mission kits, I have basically just a whole box of them just kind of like thrown together. Because I don't tend to, I've painted a couple of them, but I don't tend to do that very often. They tend to just kind of be like kit bashing fun for me. And if I'm completely honest, the idea of using them for a game like this is really freaking cool. Like, that's really exciting. Like, kind of having like a goal for them, I think is really neat. Because really they don't have one right now, right? Because they don't relate to an anime or anything. Like, I can't try to recreate specific characters or anything, right? Like, it's kind of just like the world is your oyster to create things, which is fun, but like, again, you get into that realm of infinite possibilities. That's, you know, a little bit too much sometimes, right? And like, you'll get things started, right? Like, here's a cat girl, right? Or this one is kind of like a mole bot. That one's really cool, right? But like, if I could turn that into a game piece, I think that would be amazing. So that's what we're gonna try to do. All right, so this is the 1/100 Action Base 4. I've had this for like 1 trillion years. But it's the same one they still make today, because Bandai is good like that. So I could just use these actually as the bases for these guys, to be honest, instead of using these. That might actually not be a bad idea. That might actually not be a bad idea. Because then it would hold basically anybody in any pose. Right? Because I'm like... That guy would fit on there really nice then. Alright, we'll think about that. Yeah, and then I would have 3 of these then. In one bag. For a 1/100. Huh. Okay, we'll think about that. And then the 1/100 you get this. And you get this. Now, if I remember right, this is actually some kind of like, there's a way to split this up so that you can get two bases out of this 1/100. Let's figure out if I remember how to do it or not. Give me a sec. Let me grab my nip purse. Oh. Behold the tiny little SD Gundam my husband bought me from our grocery store. Because Hawaii is fucking amazing. And it be like that. And they sell Gundams at the grocery store. But yeah, these 30-minute mission kits are just fantastic. They're very quick and fun to build. You can get all kinds of crazy option sets for them. Like swords and different guns. And like, if I move this lady here, you can see this box here. We've got a shotgun. Got some kind of cannon. Got a giant shield. Got a big sword. Got a transforming other sword. Here's some kind of machine gun. Bunch of different big energy swords. This one also came with a bunch that weren't energy swords if you wanted just regular blades. So, you know, there's a lot of options, right? And you could see, like, in that bangarang book, there was a lot of different weapon options. And all of those relate to these. You know what I mean? Like, boop, boop. Go. Like, we could basically make any of those things that we saw in that book here. We could give to our guys. To be honest, I kind of like the idea of using one of these arms and having like one big claw crab arm. That sounds really cool. All right. Boo, 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 boo. How does the rest of this work? I know there's a way you can split this up somehow. I just don't remember. Let's see. That can go like that. And then this goes in there, I think. Right? You know, it's almost like they gave me instructions and I probably should be reading them, but I'm not. Alright, let's see. Alright, we got that dingus there. Okay. And then let's see, we have an alternate piece there, or we have an alternate piece there, and they can go together like that. Okay, so let's do that. All right, so we need this dingus, and we need this dingus, and then we need these ones here. I probably shouldn't be clipping these clear parts with my good nippers, but it's okay. If anyone doesn't know, clear plastic is notoriously harder on nippers. So never try to clip really thick pieces of clear plastic with very delicate nippers. You're going to have a bad time if you do that. Your nippers will break. And you will be sad. I broke my first pair of God hands that way when I was doing a bunch of con exclusive kits that I had gotten at OutCon, which is an anime convention in Maryland. All right. Boop boop. Boo doo 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 boop boo. Doo doo. Doo 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 doo. Doo doo. Doo 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 doo. You know, I literally just looked at the instructions. You think I would have like remembered what I saw in some kind of capability or fashion? You think I would have, right? Like, I swear I have like the memory of like a gerbil sometimes. Okay, so huzzah. And this one goes in like this. Is that right? That feels wrong, but okay, we'll try it. And then, oh, okay. All right, yeah. See, that side has a little groovy, teethy pieces. So yeah. Boop 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 boop. There we go. And we can put our gear in there, and then she can click in like that, and it holds the gear. There we go. All right, and that's going to give us one of the arms for one of the bases. So, yeah, I think Bangarang's going to be a good time. I'm looking forward to trying it out. I like the spirit of it, if that makes sense, right? I like the idea of like the kit bashing and making your own thing and, you know, all that kind of stuff. I think that's pretty rad. And I think, you know, while scratch bashing is not for me for all the reasons I've been talking about today, I think getting to give my 30-minute missions kits like a goal, I think is awesome. I think I'm super excited about that. So, all right. Because as much as I love these things, like, I generally am not just gonna like sit around and like tool around with them. It's a lot more fun to have like a goal and be like, I need to build a guy that looks like calamari fingers or whatever, you know. That's in my opinion a lot more fun. So, all right. Oop. Man, I do not remember these bases being this complex, but it's so you can do all kinds of like cool customization on them. Bonk. Alright, and we need one of these jobbers right here. And then I need a connector. So we'll put this one in him. Now there is also a connector in here, this one here, that would work really good for the ladies. It would work for the ladies. I say that because these guys, they all have a hole in their butthole, right? And these ladies, I mean, technically they have a hole in their butthole, but they don't have one for the model. So, like, this will go up and around, and you can connect it to their lower back, because a lot of them have a peg in their lower back, like that. So it'll work really good for connecting the base to that. Bump, bump. All right. There we go. We've got our first base for our dude that we're going to kit bash. This base might be way too freaking big. Oh, it's a shame, because I think it would work really good, too. I mean, it'd be good for him, like, if he was, like, jumping and posing in the air. But, yeah, I think that would probably work. I think it's probably a little too big for this game. That's a shame, but that's pretty cool, though. It's a nice base. Huh. Alright, let's see what else comes on this sprue. I got this guy here, this bendy guy. Don't think he would work, though. Alright, maybe my base idea is not going to work. So we're going to have to back up and punt on that one and figure it out later. That's a shame. Alright, well, I'm sure there's a lot of other base options for these kind of kits. Or really, we could... Hold on. Let me pull him down for a sec. Alright. What if I had it plug into his back or something? Instead of into his butthole. Alright, what if I took that? And I put that there. And I did this. Like that. Alright. And I had it plug into his back instead. Huzzah! Go team! We figured it out. Yeah, there we go. And then one of these action bases fours would get you 2 bases to use for pretty much any of these 30-minute missions kits. Will fit on one of these bases. Be it one of this guy, one of the really small guys. I think you can definitely figure out some way to keep them secured on there with the action base 4. Keeps getting stuck on these globs of super glue I've got on this cover here. Yeah, that'll work really good. Alright, so we've got bases for bangarang for our guys. So let's work on a guy a little bit. We'll work on making a dude. So we had asymmetric. And pistons. That's what I remember. Alright, I like the idea of these claws. So, you can paint these, and I probably will end up painting them. But for today, let's pick dudes that all have kind of the same armor color. Because I know I have a bunch in this tan color. How cool is that? It's like a fucking Mars rover robot rolly centaur car. Cool shit. Oh, here's a scythe. I could give that to the skeleton robot lady. Pull that out for later. Look at this guy. He's got a freaking... He's got like a bird head. Right? These things are wonderful. I love these things so much. There's a guy with like another machine gun, right? It's kind of another small boy, but this one's bigger. Right? That's like his grown-up brother. Oh, there's part of a robot dog. God, I could literally just spend all day being like, I love these toys. I'm a grown professional, man. I am. People pay me and they care about my opinions somehow, and it blows my mind. By the way, here's a bunny girl with E.G. the Killer style ankle blades. Oh, where'd her bunny ears go? Shit. She has bunny ears somewhere. Man, where'd they go? Hunt for the bunny ears. Alright, I know for a fact they're in this box. Because she used to be on my desk, like, back in the other house. She was on my desk, like, permanently, this bunny girl was. Crap. Yeah, she's got big pink bunny ears. Alright, I'll find them later. But yeah, cool as shit, like Ichi the Killer bunny girl. Anyway, alright, so these are the brown ones that I've got. This like brown kind of sandy color. So let's kind of see what we can do. Alright. So let's go ahead, and I want one of these arms because we want asymmetric, right? Now, all of these 30-minute missions kits, what they do is they run off of couple of joint systems, right? So the first one they're going to do is these 3mm peg systems, and you're going to find these in the upper arms. And then they're also going to run off of let me find a good one. Let's do one of the legs. They're also going to run off of these clippy joint systems. See that? If you've ever built Bionicle, this is probably going to give you like cold sweats, because this is actually the same system Bionicle uses. These joint systems are. They had a big problem with breaking. With the design of these, the same tension actually isn't applied, so they don't break. If you stress them out, they will break. Like if you intentionally move them wrong, they will break. But they're not going to break just from like regular use. They do wear down a little bit, unfortunately, over time. So like some of like the first ones of these I got like 5 years ago or whatever are a little floppy, which is unfortunate, but you can kind of see some of this cool stuff they can do. So like this is like a leg extension, and it just essentially takes over the ankle joint, right? And there's tons of this kind of cool stuff in the 30-minute missions kit. So you see it replaces the ankle joint there, and now he has a ball joint ankle, which is really cool. So yeah, there's some cool stuff there. All right, let's see what we got. I got a guy with big tank treads. I don't really want tank treads. I'm not feeling tank treads. I am feeling that arm though. I'm feeling that arm, and I like this chest. This guy's got some extra armor on it, so we'll go ahead and pull that off. We'll pull his arms off, and we'll get rid of his like tank head too. It'll be down to just the basic chest on this guy. That's where we'll start. So what I'm thinking is like maybe like you'll have like one little arm and then like one big arm with like an extra joint in it, maybe. I think that would look kind of cool, right? And that big extra arm could be like this one. Like, or maybe he'll have two little arms and then he'll have this arm with like an extra joint in it, like coming off a backpack or something. I think that would be pretty cool. Let's see. I could use this guy's upper legs with that guy's lower legs and have like really big beefy legs. That might be pretty cool. I like this guy's hip armor a lot. So we'll steal his hips. Yeah. That's fine. We'll steal his hips. He's missing a front plate on one of his legs anyway, so we'll steal his hips because I like the big hip armor. Alright. The idea of like maybe like lumbering forward is kind of neat. How do we want to do the bigger kind of beefier arm? We could actually just use a leg piece for the arm. That's a thing we could do. So we could do that, and then maybe use like his upper legs. Or we could take this torso and have him be like a really big, thick Chungus boy like that. That's kind of cool. That feels very industrially, honestly. And then just give him like the biggest, thickest Chungus legs we can do. Yeah, I think that sounds cool. Let's do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these joints apart here. right? And then since I pulled the joint apart, I can just pull the clip apart really easy. So, pop. And that's the value of these 30-minute missions kits, is how like cool and chop and change and interchangeable they are, because they are so easy to do this kind of stuff with. This is kind of like the point of them too, if I'm being completely honest. All right, so we need knee joints. Here we go. Bonk, bonk. And joint's gonna go like that, and then like that, and he's gonna have like mega thick chungus legs. See, there's some water staining on him. I used to have this box under our split AC in our other house. Behold my pile of toys. I'm an adult. I used to have this box under my split AC in my other house, and yeah, it leaked one day. Unfortunately, like all over this box. Big sad. I thought I washed everything off, but you'll still see drip marks every now and then. I see there on the foot, on the side there. I don't know, maybe this is actually from my paint thing, from him being... Yeah, that looks like a paint mark. That doesn't look like a water drip mark. That might actually be from my paint cup, from him being on my desk. Yeah, if I'm totally honest, when I build these 30-minute mission kits, they tend to float around my desk for a while before they go into the like oubliette that is my giant box of 30-minute mission CAC parts. Yeah, give me that. Oh, wait, no, you're good there. Oh, you already have one. Okay, good. All right, and then I do like these little feet. Although, do we want these feet? Because they have armor on them. They're really tiny, though. I like these long feet. Let's do the long feet. There we go. Alright, so that's going to be our legs right there for our guy. And then this is our guy's body. So he's kind of a big chunky leg boy, isn't he? Man, those legs are bigger than I expected, to be honest. How small his torso is. It's kind of cool, though. Alright, let's check him out next to one of the ladies. Okay, yeah, that feels appropriate height. Alright, there we go. That's pretty darn good. I like that a lot. He's got the big heavy knees, the big heavy feet, big heavy chest armor, this like integrated head plat thing. And then this is either going to be one big arm on this side and we'll like build it out so it has extra pieces to it, or it's going to be an extra arm on the back. I think either of those would count, in my opinion, as asymmetric. I think either of those, in my opinion, would count, so yeah. So I think I could just replace that there with one of these leg chunks, and it should work pretty good. Alright, let's see. Let's steal one of the arms off this guy. That'll be one of his little arms. My tiny hand. I don't know why that phrase has come up like multiple times this week, but it has. That'll be one of his little arms, and then yeah, maybe we'll make a big like shoulder arm piece, I think. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Here's a backpack piece. We'll go digging through the box of cack and see what we can dig up. Ugh, into the box of cack. You'd have a creepy severed lady face. He's not gonna have a creepy severed lady face. Let's see. We got some cool joints there. We've got, this is a upper leg conversion if you want the ladies to have the legs. This is an upper body, like internal piece set for one of the ladies. That's some missile pods and stuff that might come in handy. This is some armor and stuff. Ooh, that's cool. It's a bunch of joints. We got some more joints. Yeah, okay. What else we got? What else we got? We got rifle barrel, big Gatling gun barrel. It's pretty cool. I kind of like the idea of him having the big arm and then like maybe a little machine gun, like some kind of like tiny little machine gun. You know, so it'd be like, you know, you like pepper them as you move in kind of thing. And then hit them with the big arm when you get in close. I think that's a fun idea. Some armor there. We got, what do we got? Big barrel. We got, oh, this lady's cool. She had the minigun. Did I pull the barrels from that out? I had her with the minigun before, and her, the rest of her like body, I don't know where it went, but I actually had it as like a centaur piece, so she had like robot centaur legs. It's really cool. Little bat wings. Let's see, where you go? You're another backpack. Not super short, I'm looking for. That's a cool head. Look at that. That's super cool. That's dope AF. Don't need that though. Different rocket pods. We got some knives. We don't need knives. We've got half of a butt. Robot doesn't need a butt. We got some more shields. We've got some kind of backpack piece. There's a piece of shoulder armor. There's a really cool head. Look at that. It's got like a kind of like an animal skull face on it. That would be really cool. So if you wanted to paint this really cool, you paint the whole thing one solid color and you dry brush this like just the front here white. Like the paint had chipped away and looked like a skull. It would look dope. I don't know what I was thinking when I was making that guy. There's each of the killer bunny lady. Here's a working katana. It's fun. There's a giant chainsaw. Also fun, but not what I need. What do I need? I don't know. I don't really know what I need, to be honest. Just kind of looking. I got some guns. Guns, guns, guns. All kinds of stuff. Maybe we'll give him like a, I don't know, maybe like a little axe or something. Sounds pretty cool too. Like carry it on his side. So he only gets 2 weapons, right? So he's gonna have the clamp, and then I like the idea of having a little machine gun. I think that sounds cool too. So, all right. This is a big piece, or like a big connector piece. We could use this to connect a third arm on like that. And that would be kind of cool. And then you could have 2 little arms, or he could just have the one big arm and the small arm, and then I could do a backpack with some stuff on it. Let's do, since we did the really big Chungus body, instead of, like, if we did this one, I think I would want to do the backpack, right? let's expand. Let's make the arm, and then we will figure out how we're going to connect it. Because we can connect it to the backpack, this right here. Either by plugging it into this hole, where it actually just fits and connects, right? Or we could connect it via this clippy piece right here. So we have some options there. I think either of them is pretty good, to be honest. But let's go ahead and expand that out a little bit. So let's see. I want to use one of these legs for it because I think they're pretty good. So there's. Sorry, I was in the CAC cam, and you can't see me fiddle with the little toys in the CAC cam. Okay, so you could put another double joint in there. See what that looks like that. And then this could just plug in right there, or it could plug into the back. So we've got that. Could I... Let's see. Where did that back piece go? There it goes. All right, so the arm goes in like that. Right? Could I do something where I build like a special shoulder for it? Maybe? Yeah, because if we plug it in like that, it's going to be... Oh, what? I need to switch that out, apparently. It's going to be minus a little bit of armor. It's going to essentially be that right there, minus a little bit of armor, and then some kind of big shoulder piece for it, so... You know, it's going to essentially be that if I run it as is. I'd kind of like it to have a little more body to it, I think. I do have this big backpack here. Some treads. Not feeling the treads today. Not feeling the treads. That's what I say. Because that could also just be this, could be a back claw like that. Like, it would go on like that and then like that essentially. I'm not a big fan of that, to be honest. Even though I do like the idea that it could like rest on him like that. That's kind of cool. But it's not in use. But it can't reach very far forward, unfortunately, then, you know? So it can't really extend out or anything, you know? But yeah, there's just a ton of options with the 30-minute mission kit for making different stuff that you could want. Right, so like we got asymmetrics, we got mandibles for the head. I'm gonna ignore that one. I like this claw piece. I want to use this claw piece somehow. not super sure how. You know what I mean? I like it though. It's a cool piece. But alright, let's play with some of the rifles and then maybe we'll think about the claws as we go. Because I like the idea of him having like, oh, that's a cool axe thing. The idea of him having like a one like machine gun, like a small machine gun, and then like this really big chunky kind of thing. Oh, I could do, hold on. I could do a thing where like it's multiple arms that connect up. That would be really neat if I could get it to work. Right? Where it's like multiple arms like this and they're all just one big arm actually. That would be pretty cool. Could do that. That'd be pretty neat. But yeah, the 30-minute kits, 30-minute missions kits are pretty sweet. I'm not going to lie. They are super, super cool. There's a little katana. Pretty awesome stuff. Alright. So if I wanted him to have a little machine gun, let's see. That's pretty darn cool. That can plug in basically anywhere. Oh, ironically, not right there. Weird. Okay. There we go. Now I can plug in. Right. So, some cool stuff. You could have a, or we could build a flamethrower. I had a little gas tank, I thought, in here somewhere. Right, like. There we go. Alright, so we got like a gas tank. Let's make a flamethrower. Because there was a flamethrower as an option, and I think that's neat. So, I do like this barrel. I think that's good for a flamethrower. Oh, this one's good for a flamethrower too. Okay. We'll keep either of those as an option for a flamethrower. That body's pretty good for a flamethrower. So we could do that. And then we could do... Now, we throw this one on top of there. Okay, that lines up. It's kind of neat. What else we got? Got that. That's kind of cool. That looks like a big ass flamethrower. Little Gatling gun bits. Little Gatling gun bits there. It's pretty neat. That one's really neat. Or maybe we could do like a little side tank for it, or a big side tank, really. Yeah, really, like the world is our oyster there, you know. All right, so if I put that one in like that, I can go ahead and no. Let's go look at our clippies. See what we got. Bunch of options here. We could use this clippy here. See that guy there? He would fit nicely. Shunk, just like that. A lot of these clippy things like this, they just give you. With the 30-minute missions kits, like sometimes you'll just buy them and they'll just be in the box. I don't super know why. Sometimes I think it's like might be like a first release or something, or oh man, he's not gonna work. Okay, lame. Oh, we'll make him work. There we go. Alright, now let's find a barrel for this thing. We have that big barrel. That one's kind of neat. It's a little big, though. What else do I got here? Oh, that guy's got a nice little barrel. Your barrel is mine. That's a pretty cute little compact flamethrower. That's pretty sweet, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, it's fun, right? Like, these kits are really fun, and framing them around this tabletop game gives me kind of like a purpose to build them towards, which is really fun, right? Like, as an adult, right? Like, I'm probably not going to sit here really and like that often. Like, every now and then I will, but like, I'm probably not going to sit here that often and like Lego my way through something just to like make cool robots, right? But if I've got a goal, I'm sure as fuck gonna do it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be like, oh man, I'm gonna get all these parts, I'm gonna put them all together, and it's gonna be really neat. And you know, like, if I have a goal because I go for a game, like, I can kind of get over that hump in my brain that I'm wasting time by essentially like kit bashing and playing with my toys, right? And that's really nice, and that's really fun. And the end result ends up being pretty cool and just an enjoyable time overall. Yeah, I'm not sure about this arm, but I have been rambling and just diddling around with mobile suits for an hour for Bangarang. But my plan is to whip up a couple of bots and play through a game of this. So I'm going to whip up a couple of robots and play through a game, hopefully next weekend. I might paint them all up. I might purposely not paint them up just to show that you can make something cool without painting them, just by mixing and matching the parts. But I think the idea of painting them might also be really, really fun. I really do like painting. So, but yeah, so you can make some fun stuff, right? Like this guy, I'm going to give him a little flamethrower. I'm going to give him a big ass claw, right? I'm going to make a meaty one, and it's going to just be a woman. You know? It's going to be pretty cool. And then they will all plug into an action base, and then I can use them for the game, which would be pretty darn cool. But that's where I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call it. Nothing crazy, no super modeling or painting or crafting today. Just kind of diddling around and having fun and sort of looking at all this stuff. But yeah, that's where I'm going to call it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a good one, and I hope you enjoy playing with your toys as well. And I hope you enjoy this game because it looks really, really fun. I'm looking forward to having a Bangarang in the Gutterlands. Yeah. So have a good one, and keep on keeping on.